welcome to the Lift as You Rise Emotional Intelligence Show, a show where we help you grow through what you go through.
And I think in the issue of self-awareness, what I've just thought of while you were speaking about that, especially with the issue of being late to work, it's also having accountability. And I think sometimes linking in with the victim mentality is what we sometimes assume is that if someone else is doing it, it's okay for me to do it, and we don't want to take accountability for our own actions. And in that kind of defensiveness, what somebody will say if they're being told they're late to work is, oh, but you know, so-and-so comes late to work and you don't say anything to them. And then you don't want to be accountable for the fact that you're doing something wrong. Automatically, you want it to be put onto someone else rather than it being focused on you at that moment in time and taking accountability for your actions at that moment in time. So that's where it's very key when you say, you know, you have to assess the situation, reflect on the situation, and then take accountability and have the emotional intelligence to deal with it.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Sheila. Have you got any questions for me? Remember, like we said, it's a dialogue.
Yes, I mean, I feel like I've been learning so much from everything that you've been saying, and you know, I really hope in terms of the emotional intelligence, people will be learning from the kind of the things that you're saying and the advice that you're giving, the importance of self-awareness. I think that word in itself, it can be daunting to people to say, how do I become self-aware? And I don't know if you have any advice in terms of how people begin on that journey of self-awareness, especially from a young age. When do you realize that you actually need to identify who you are and you don't know who you are? Like, what situation would you have reached where it's like, okay, there's a problem here, I think I'm lost?
Great question. Inevitably, we all feel a certain way. If you don't mind me asking, how are you feeling?
A little bit nervous, but I'm okay, yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I like the fact that you said, I'm feeling a little bit nervous.
Yeah.
That's where it starts. For you to know, to put a name to how you're feeling, that's great. It's an emotional, intelligent first step. And what I'm trying to say is it starts from you acknowledging or identifying or putting a name into how you're feeling. Then that way, whatever you then do to regulate those emotions, you know exactly what you're regulating. You know what you're managing. If you don't know, if you can't put a name to how you're feeling, for example, even envy. Some people can feel envy, but it doesn't mean they're bad, because they can't control it, or you can't help if you feel that way. But then if you can put a name to it, then that way you know that's wrong. You can stop yourself. But if you can't put a name, or you can't acknowledge or identify those feelings, then you can easily mask them. So there's situations where, say in a relationship, maybe a woman really loves her husband or her partner. Their way of showing the love might probably be anger instead of love. Because maybe someone is turned up late for an appointment or whatever it is. If you don't realize that you love this person, that's why you're feeling the way you're feeling. You might actually display feelings of anger. And that partner will probably just get the anger from you. They won't see the masked love that's beyond the anger that you're portraying. So if you start from there, you tell yourself, I'm angry at my partner because I love him. You can easily think, you know what? Let me tell him why I'm angry at him. Instead of just showing the anger. So that can actually manage the partner. But it has to start from you managing yourself. So it happens with all the other emotions. You're going to feel invisible as an ethnically different person. And for you to actually know that actually I'm feeling invisible here, what do I do? Let me just find somewhere to sit down. If you can't identify it from yourself, then it's going to be difficult for you to actually act. If you're so quick to say, oh, they're just segregating me, or they're doing what they're doing, and then you probably react instead of responding. And you don't give yourself time to connect with how you feel. Then it's always going to be difficult, even to establish relationships, even to maintain relationships, even to work sustainably in any work environment. So I think those would be my final
Wow, that
words
is.
on
Do you know what?
emotional intelligence.
One last thing, because one last thing just came to me when you're saying that, and this is for young people.
Yes.
When you said, you know, the fact that it's so key to know how you feel, and like you said, knowing that you're angry, knowing that you're envious, knowing that you're happy, whatever. In that particular topic of knowing that you're envious, and I say this to young people, and somebody gave me advice about this. I wasn't even young. I think this was only a couple of years ago, in particular in regards to social media. If you pick up your phone and you're scrolling through it,
Yeah.
and there's certain emotions that are being ignited from certain
Yes.
things that you're seeing on your phone, you need to understand that you need to take that off. So if you're on Instagram or whatever it is, and you know, you're just scrolling and you're seeing, you know, a woman, let's say, with a nice body, and automatically start feeling a certain type of way, and then you scroll again and then you start seeing certain type of things and you start feeling a certain type of way, you need to remove that kind of content that makes you feel that way. And if you can't relate and understand that these types of images are making me feel this way, you won't stop and you'll keep feeding yourself that stuff.
Yes.
And it's something that I learned when I was still in my single stages. Somebody said to me, you need to remove stuff off your social media which is having negative connotations about men. It almost seems like with these algorithms, they know what they want to throw at you. When I was single, everything I used to see on my social media was men are trash, men are this, men are that, and it just kept on coming up, and it kept on coming up, and it kept on coming up. And I thought, I need to just remove these pages. I don't know what's going on.
Yes.
I just need to take them off. So it's knowing that those certain things are triggering an emotion in you and acknowledging that it's not a good emotion. Don't just dismiss it and say, oh, it's normal, everybody sees this, I'm just being overreactive. Understand that content is making you feel that way.
Yes.
So if you're seeing something on social media and you're young and it's triggering you, it's causing you to feel a certain way, remove it, delete it. You need to manage, like you say, your environment that way, but you need to understand, first of all, that emotion that you're feeling about that thing is either positive or negative, and then know how to deal with it. So that answer that you just gave about knowing specific emotions that you're feeling at a certain time, that's just helped me so much. It's so important.
Oh, thank you so much. Right, we've come to the end of the show.
Wow.
Like I said before, I've been privileged to have
Thank you so much.
And can I say a special thank you to our film production,
Yes.
Mr. Musarurua. Thank you so much. We've been privileged to have you.
Yes.
Very professional.
Yes.
And I'm privileged to always work with highly emotionally intelligent people.
Yes.
Thank
you so much. It's been amazing. And yeah, hopefully we'll shoot some more content, but this has been amazing. And I hope everybody likes it. So please like, subscribe, and share.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.